When you're running an online store, you've got a million things to worry about: marketing, inventory, customer service. Getting paid should be the easy part, right? But for so many sellers, it's a constant battle. Today, we're going to dig into a solution that wants to change all of that.
So let me ask you, does this hit close to home? You're constantly fighting with your payment processor. You're waiting days, sometimes weeks, for your own money to land in your account. Or maybe you live with that little bit of fear that they'll just shut you down without warning. If you're nodding along right now, you are definitely in the right place. Okay, so before we jump into any solutions, let's really get into the weeds of the problem. We're talking about the major roadblocks that aren't just a little annoying, they can actually stop your business dead in its tracks.
And these frustrations, they're everywhere. Maybe you've been slapped with that dreaded high-risk label and just, boom, you're kicked off the big payment platforms. Or you're just sick and tired of the standard 2 to 7 day waiting period for money you earned a week ago. And what if you're just starting out and don't have an LLC yet? Well, good luck getting approved. And then, of course, there's the king of all headaches: chargebacks. They don't just cost you the sale, they hit you with these awful penalty fees too.
So, now that we've laid out all that pain, let's talk about the fix. We're going to dive into a plugin that's been specifically designed to tackle every single one of those problems we just mentioned.
All right, so what is WPay exactly? In a nutshell, it's a payment plugin for WooCommerce, which, powers a huge chunk of the internet's online stores. It lets your customers check out just like they always do with their credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all the usual stuff. The real magic happens on your side. Instead of waiting for a bank transfer, you get paid out instantly in something called USDC. Now, that's a stablecoin, which is just a fancy way of saying it's a cryptocurrency that's pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, so its value doesn't jump all over the place. The whole idea is built on this really simple concept they call card to crypto. Think about it. Your customer uses their card to pay. Nothing new or weird for them. But behind the scenes, that payment gets instantly converted and zapped right into your digital wallet as USDC. So for your customer, it's a totally normal checkout. But for you, it's a whole new and way, way faster ballgame.
Okay, that all sounds pretty cool, right? But what does it actually mean for you and your store? Let's break down the real-world advantages here, because this is where it gets really interesting. This is how it can give you a serious edge.
Man, this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? It is a night and day difference. Look at this. Payout speed, you go from waiting up to a week, sometimes more, to instant. Need a registered company to get started? Not anymore. And the big one, chargeback risk, you go from constantly living in fear of them to zero. It's not even a close comparison. We're talking about a whole different world for sellers.
So let's really spell out what this means. Instant payouts. That's your cash flow, right there, immediately available. No need for a registered business? That just blows the doors wide open for individuals and new startups. Support for high-risk models? That is a literal lifeline for businesses that have been rejected everywhere else. And that zero chargeback guarantee? Well, that's a true game changer.
Just look at that number for a second. 0. Let that sink in. The reason this is possible is because cryptocurrency transactions are, by their nature, irreversible. So the entire concept of a chargeback just vanishes. Poof, gone. That means no more lost revenue from fraudulent claims and no more getting slammed with those ridiculous penalty fees. The peace of mind from that one feature alone is just huge.
All right, so right about now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but it's got to be a total nightmare to set up, right? Some complicated tech thing? Well, actually, no. Simplicity and speed are the whole point here.
And when I say fast, I mean fast. We're talking about going from 0 to fully operational in literally less than a minute. I'm not kidding. Let's just walk through the steps so you can see just how simple it is. It's just 4 simple steps. That's it. 1, you download the plugin from their website, wbcpay.us. 2, you install it on your WordPress site just like any other plugin you've ever used. 3, you pop in the activation code they send to your email. And 4, you just paste in your USDC wallet address where you want your money to go. Done. That's literally all it takes. You're ready to get paid.
So let's bring this all home. We've seen the common problems that drive online sellers crazy, and we've looked at a pretty powerful solution. The final question is, who is this really for? Who stands to gain the most from this?
Well, it's pretty clear who they built this for. If you're running a so-called high-risk business and you're struggling to find a payment processor that will even talk to you, this is for you. If you're an individual seller, a solopreneur, or a startup just getting off the ground without all the formal paperwork, this is for you. And honestly, it's for any online seller who's just done with the delays, the restrictions, and the risks of the old system.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Imagine for a second if you could take all the time and all the mental energy you spend on payment issues, worrying about cash flow, fighting chargebacks, navigating crazy restrictions. What if all of that just disappeared? Forever? What could you build with that reclaimed time and peace of mind? How much faster could your business grow? That's the potential we've explored today.